Oh my gosh, it's finally here. A van that looks very, very American. Yes, everyone. The rift between Ford North America and Ford Europe is finally closing. There was a time where Ford North America had all the interesting cars, whereas Ford Europe had the generic A to B machines. Now, it seems like Ford Europe is getting cars just as desirable as across the pond. Over here is the all-new second generation Ford Transit Custom. Now, a couple of things to note about the Ford Transit Custom. The Ford Transit Custom competes against the likes of the Peugeot Expert, Citroën Jumpy, Renault Trafic, Volkswagen Transporter. Now, it's interesting I mentioned Volkswagen Transporter because this second generation Ford Transit Custom, unlike the first generation, is directly related to the Volkswagen T7. Volkswagen has approached Ford for help with the T7. There are a lot of things to note about this all-new second generation Ford Transit Custom. The first generation Ford Transit Custom was horrible in my opinion. In fact, the design was of selective taste. It looked as if someone bought a Ford Fiesta and probably turned it into a van. Well, that was, I think, the idea. It looked like a Ford Fiesta with the interior and the exterior, the front design. Although during the mid-2010s, it saw a facelift that made the interior better. There was a time the Ford badge was in chrome, everybody, but now they have it in white and blue. Now, the fact that they're using the white paint could be a reference to Volkswagen again, because Volkswagen has also been using the white paintwork on their badge for their Volkswagen ID models. Volkswagen, are you helping Ford with this? Ford, is this your own idea? Now, I had a chance to look at this Ford Transit Custom from all angles, and I have to say that they've played it rather evolutionary, especially on the side. They've maintained a lot in common with the previous generation, but the rear lights could be a reference to Volkswagen because they kind of remind me of what I saw on the Volkswagen Caddy. We're seeing more detail, a bit of a reference to the Ford Ranger with this design right here. For me, the part that has seen the most change would be the front design of the Ford Transit Custom. The headlights could be a slight reference to the Volkswagen T7 because of this continuous front with the chrome right here. But then other than that, Ford has maintained the Aston Martin style grille. Although thank goodness they put the badge right here on the middle, making it look more American than ever. You get actual air vents right here. Those wheels with those hubcaps are another strong sign of identity because I grew up seeing Ford Transits with hubcaps that resembled exactly something like this from a distance. And because Ford and Volkswagen collaborated, the quality sounds far better. Ford, did you actually, hang on a second, whose idea was this, the quality? Was it Ford's idea? Is it original, or did Volkswagen again intervene? Now just listen to the sound of the door, the quality. Oh, how German. Wow. Okay, thank goodness Ford got rid of that Fiesta style interior which they had on the pre-facelift version of the first generation. Then the facelift version saw an interesting redesign which made it look better, but it still had this cheap plastic impression to it. Whereas now, what we're seeing is something serious. But then it does remind me of what I saw in the Volkswagen T7 multivan. Oh, yeah, the quality of the door handle is also something you have to be wary of. I don't know what it about Ford, but when it comes to quality, they do tend to be every now and then hit or miss. Like I noticed this in the Ford Ranger as well. There's something quite interesting about the steering wheel. It has a square shape to it. Wow, this has to be the first time I've ever seen a steering wheel with a square shape to it. Okay, so steering adjustment, you can move it up, down, in and out. It's quite nice. It's good. And then seating adjustment. So it's very interesting. So it's just like Volkswagen cars almost. You get they're apart away from each other. I just wonder why not put the levers together in one place. Lumbar support with a little crank down there, which is quite nice. Very good. And when it comes to the transmission is Ford-ish, very good, and easy to reach from the driver's seat. But there's no armrest over here. Okay, fine. But then you do get a nice deep storage space down there. Let me see, can it fit a water bottle? Oh, it can be ideal for a water bottle. That's great. That's quite decent. And now you get a 12-volt socket over there, charging port, and also the magic of the interior. You get a nice cup holder right here that folds. That's very good. For this particular Ford Transit Connect, there is no third seat in the middle. There's only 2 seats. But the middle can be ideal for storage space, or it can be easy for whenever I want to go to the other side of the Ford Transit Custom. Now, when it comes to storage spaces, there's a storage space right here, very typical for what I've seen in Volkswagen cars. Volkswagen utility vehicles. Then you get an additional storage space right up here, which is very good. Thank goodness they make good use of the storage, but then at the same time, it's a bit small. And then you get a nice glove box over here. The glove box is a bit narrow, but it's deep, depending on what you need it for, although I was expecting it to be more spacious. I've noticed the practicality solutions in the interior are not very... Ford has an interesting reputation of being very stylish in their interior, beautiful interiors and everything, but their practicality solutions tend to be a bit hit or miss sometimes. And you get another cup holder right there, by the way. That's very handy, especially for bottles. You get a bottle holder down there that can hold a big water bottle. That's great. And there's another storage space very down. I just wonder how am I supposed to reach it when I'm on the driver's seat. So I think the philosophy of that door bin very down there would be that I think it's for when you're outside the vehicle and then you can reach it. I like how pleasantly squidgy the steering wheel is. Like if you look at the steering wheel, you'll probably think you're in a premium car for some reason. It's just very nice. I like the leather wrapping. It's very good. To the infotainment system, Ford has given a bigger tablet for the Transit Connect. It's quite nice how they've gone about it. They've gone more digital. There's more technology compared to the previous generation. Infotainment system is very Ford-ish. It kind of reminds me of what I've seen on other Ford models. It's good. The screen is quite nice. It's something that does the job. It's not perfect, but it gets the job done. Oh, let's see. 3D. I like the sound you get. Get a 230-volt socket right next to the driver's seat. So here's my conclusion of the Ford Transit Custom. I have to say that this second generation is probably one of the best Ford vans I've ever seen in years. There was a time Ford had a reputation for having vans that were cheaper to purchase. However, the biggest letdown for the Ford Transit vans historically would have been their poor reliability and their poor quality. Now, when it came to the interior of this Ford Transit Custom, it was gorgeous, although that door handle wobbled a bit, but it was fine, not a big deal. I really like the way they've gone about it. This collaboration with Volkswagen may have happened for the better, and I think they did a brilliant job with this Ford Transit Custom. I love the design, the way they've gone about it, and employing some sharp edges to the design made it look far better compared to the previous generation. No, no, I cannot forget my opinions. I love this Ford Transit Custom. I love it so much. In fact, I saw it and I instantly fell for it. It's I think one of the best vans I've ever seen competing in the mid-sized van segment. It is really good the way they've gone about it. I'm very impressed with Ford, and all I just want is Ford to keep it up. I really like the design. In fact, I think Ford these days with their utility vehicle, they're doing a great job that even Volkswagen is starting to seek help from them, especially with their big vehicles. This is a bit embarrassing for Volkswagen, but then at the same time for Ford, this must be something they have to be proud of. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos that are on the run. I will see you all next time.